What is unknown remains unknown. But knowledge with understanding is rare. History without context is myth. Science without wisdom is just data, just noise. For centuries, the ancient texts spoke of a fertile land, where a great river split into four, watering a lush garden said to be the origin of life. Scholars long debated whether it was allegory or geography. But over the centuries, archaeology caught up. We uncovered the earliest signs of human civilization, from the Tigris and Euphrates in Mesopotamia, through the Nile Valley and into the lands we now call Iraq, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Syria. It is here that the first farms were planted, the first cities rose, and the first belief systems emerged. This region is known today as the Fertile Crescent, and in many ways it functions as the historical counterpart to the garden described in those texts. This wasn't just a mythic paradise. It was a cradle, a birthplace of culture, language, and memory. We didn't lose Eden, we grew from it. As the ancient stories suggest, maybe we weren't just cast out, maybe we were cast forward. Eden was never just a place, it was a beginning, a spark in the soil from which we were meant to evolve physically, spiritually, and intellectually. The garden still lives every time we plant peace, speak truth, and push the boundaries of what we can become. Long before we had borders and flags, Earth was one single landmass, a supercontinent called Pangaea, the origin of our current 7 continents. One planet, one continent, one people. Then the planet changed. Tectonic plates beneath the Earth's crust began to shift. Massive geological forces slowly pulled the continents apart, reshaping oceans, lifting mountains, redrawing the map over tens of millions of years. And as the land separated, so did we. Just as animals still migrate today to survive, early humans followed food, water, and climate, migrating across Africa, into Europe and Asia, and eventually to the farthest edges of the world. As we moved, we adapted. Melanin levels shifted to match solar exposure. Facial structures evolved to endure heat, wind, altitude, and isolation. Body types changed with terrain and survival needs. What we now call race wasn't design, it was a response to the universe, a beautiful biological reflection of Earth's diversity. It was our story of evolution, not division, but adaptation, not separation, but survival. We didn't become a different species. We became a mosaic of one. To judge another for the shade of their skin is like resenting a mountain for its height or a river for its curve. The Earth shaped us differently, but it breathed life into us the same. We were never meant to be rivals. We were meant to be relatives. For most of our early existence, humans survived like any other animal vulnerable, scattered, instinct-driven. Then came our greatest turning point, fire. It changed everything. It kick-started our civilization. It didn't just cook our food, it ignited our minds. We warmed ourselves, we gathered, we stayed up late, shared stories, and began forming bonds that went beyond survival. Language took shape, ideas began to travel, and soon we were no longer wanderers. We became settlers. Fire led to tools, tools led to agriculture. Agriculture birthed villages, cities, and entire civilizations. But with growth came conflict. Greed emerged alongside generosity. Power walked beside compassion. Every structure we built became a reflection of our complexity. We became builders and destroyers. Numerous times we threatened our own existence. Despite it all, wars, plagues, climate catastrophes, we endured. 99.9% of all life that ever lived is now extinct. Yet somehow, we are still here. The same fire that once kept us alive now burns in our spirit. Against all odds, we adapt, we rise, we rebuild. Because in every era of collapse, the human spark chooses to begin again. This is a conversation with Lanre Oyebo.